Hey friend, welcome back to the space. It's your girl Latanya, and today we're getting into some luxury and abundance. I have been on a journey for attracting luxury and abundance and creating a softer life for myself since about 2015. And it has its highs and low moments. Over the years, I've learned a ton. So I'm going to tell you what really worked and how you can level up in your journey to a luxier and abundier life. So let's get started. Instead of the drama, 'cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my, all good all day, but the night. So the first thing I would suggest is to make a vision board. Vision boards are great for, one, helping you to create a vision, but also to get your brain working on how to get there and what steps you may need to take in order to achieve what you want to achieve. The vision is the place to start for anything that you're on a journey to developing or creating or wanting to, a goal that you want to achieve. Without the vision, it can't be real. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to be able to know what you want so that, you know, God and the universe and your actions can actually get you there. So vision is key. What I like to do is I like to do my vision boards in Canva. Well, I find all my images usually from Pinterest, but I create the vision board in Canva and then I print the vision board. I get it printed like a photo, like a portrait. Like I think what I have is 18 by 24 or something large enough. I frame it, I put it up, and I look at it every day, every single day. Now, you don't have to do that. I like to have it on a board where up on my wall where when I wake up I can see it and it's there and I can always look at it. But you can create a board in Pinterest, and you can maybe you can have the board on your phone as your screensaver or something like that where you can see it all the time. But you want to look at your vision board all the time. You want it to be something that you see all the time so you always know when you are on track, and then if you are off track, you can always course correct and get back on track. So the second thing is to create new habits and routines. So if you want to really level up and live a life of luxury, you are going to have to create new habits, right? You're going to have to, if that's not the life you're already living, there are some habits that you have that you need to break, right? And there are some routines that you need to create in order to start to put that luxury and abundant thinking in place. Some of those things could be meditation, it could be journaling, it could be creating a morning routine, putting more time and effort into your self-care, into your skincare, into your appearance, into, you know, what you're reading, what you're consuming. Consumption is a big part, right? What you're watching, what you're reading, what you're listening to. Living a life of luxury and abundance really means changing up all those things so that you can start to embody the person, because you have a vision of it starts to embody that person that you desire to be and want to grow into. The next one is to forgive the old version of yourself. Now, this can be challenging because it requires you to do some shadow work. It requires for you to dig deep and to look at the parts of yourself that you're not always proud of. You have to really do a full assessment of yourself, of your life, from childhood on into adulthood, and looking at, you know, choices and decisions that you made in your younger life or even last year. And forgive yourself. What the shadow self does when you don't really do the work to understand that part of yourself is it affects your self-image. It affects how you look at yourself, how you think about yourself. And when you have those thoughts and you tell yourself that you're not good at this, or you can't do this, or, you know, you always make this mistake, it gets hard to really become the person that you want to be, and it gets hard to really live the life that you truly want to live because you already don't feel like you deserve it. Whether you tell yourself that every day, or it's just something that comes up into your mind, and you know, maybe it comes up often and you don't notice it anymore. shadow work is going to help you to catch those things, because when you do that shadow work and you forgive yourself for mistakes, and embrace some of the failures that you've made, because no failure is a real failure. It is a learning experience, and it's really for you to become better if you look at it that way, if you take the lessons from it. But when you do that work, when those ideas or thoughts come up telling you that you can't do something or you don't deserve something, you'll be able to shut that down immediately, because you've forgiven past mistakes and you know that you deserve something better and good for yourself. So the next one is luxurious self-care. So I talked a little bit about self-care, but luxurious self-care is on a whole nother level now. Luxurious self-care is soul baths and the pampering stuff. It's the stuff that people like to talk about when they talk about self-care, but we all know self-care is bigger than that. Self-care is deeper than that. Self-care is the internal work as well as the external stuff, right? And the luxurious self-care is the external stuff. It's the stuff that makes you feel good. It's the aromatherapy. It's the smells. It's the using all of the senses. You might as well say luxurious self-care is activating the senses, girl. It's eating good food that makes you feel good. Food that makes you feel good is food that is the color of the rainbow and whole foods, right? And that is self-care. So, and that is luxurious, right? Eating good food, smelling good smells, and creating great visuals, listening to comforting music and things that make you feel happy and in a great mood. If you want to, it's the luxury stuff. It's the abundance. It's the overflow. So indulge. Make those things a regular part of your life, like something that you do on a regular basis, and it's a natural, normal part of your everyday, whether it be your morning skincare routine, your nighttime skincare routine. You can make it up. You can decide what these things are for you, but make it luxurious. So next is a big one, and that is to change your language and your mindset around money. Now, this is big because we're talking about luxury, we're talking about abundance, and I feel like I have to say that while we're talking about luxury and abundance, we're not just talking about the material things. We're talking about wealth. We're talking about, being able to enjoy life without having to worry about money. And in order to be able to do that, you have to change your language around money. If you're not making money the way you want to make money, you probably have some language and a mindset around money that is not always productive. In the same way that I talked about, the self-image, right? And like how if you don't forgive yourself or you don't do your shadow work, it can affect how you look at your self-image, and these thoughts and beliefs can be playing in your mind without you actually recognizing them. It's the same thing with your language around and mindset around money, because those things have been taught to you. Maybe you heard them from your parents, maybe you heard them from people in your family. You have these beliefs about money that affect how much money you actually are able to make. In your mind, there's a cap, and for most people, there's a cap unless they have that abundant mindset thinking and they are intentional about that and very conscious about how they think about money, and they remove that cap. Now, you can remove the cap on how much money you can have in your life, but you have to know that you've put a limit there. Does that make sense? Like, you have to be able to know where you are in your mind around money. Now, there's money mindset books, there's tons of them, but I go into real depth about money mindset in my High Vibe Living Club. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description. But there are a few trainings and courses. If you join High Vibe Living Club now, you actually get my course, The Money Cure, as an extra bonus. If you join, you'll be able to, there's already a ton of information about money mindset within the membership, but you also get this completed course for free included. So it's a great first step. It's a great way to start shifting your mindset around money. I have a list of all these books that you can read that's around money mindset and about, you know, your feminine journey as well as your relationship journey, your money journey. If you're interested, check that out. But changing your language around money and your mindset around money is going to like truly change your life. And you have to be really intentional about it. You have to really do the work on this thing, on that, because you'll realize when you do that work just how much it's keeping you back in your life if you have, you know, some negative beliefs around money. And maybe you don't know that you have negative beliefs, but it's more the reason why you should do that work for yourself. The next one is to change how you talk to yourself and to become your own cheerleader. When you make a mistake or you make a decision without actually knowing what you should have done, maybe you made a wrong choice but you didn't have more information to make a better choice, how do you talk to yourself about that? Like, what do you say to yourself? Do you beat yourself up about it? Are you kind to yourself about it? Do you look for outside validation to let you know that your decisions are good decisions, or that, you know, you're making the best choices? At some point you have to be confident in yourself and become your own cheerleader and be able to encourage yourself and affirm yourself. Changing the way you talk to yourself is really going to help you to elevate your life and to create a life of abundance, right? If you talk to yourself like you're a loser, although I don't like using words like that, but if that's what you're thinking about yourself, if that's how, you know, you are thinking about your life and how and where your life is going, then that's not really going to attract abundance, right? That's not going to really attract luxury. It's not going to attract more money. It's not going to attract more people and opportunities to you, because that energy is going to run all of that away from you. So you want to check how you're talking to yourself, how you are telling your story to other people. That's important too. Like when you talk about things that you've done, or how you talk about yourself to people or tell your story to people, if it's from a very low frequency and a low energy and a low vibe, like, it's just going to repel all abundance from you. So you want to definitely check that. And the last one is to make your home beautiful and inspirational. I mentioned earlier to use the 5 senses, because when we're talking about luxurious self-care and making your home beautiful, use those senses, because those are the things that make you feel happy and bring out the abundant emotions and feelings and motivation and inspiration within you. When you feel comfortable in your space, when your space is visually appealing, when, you know, you have comforting and calming sounds in your space, when the space smells great, like, you want to be inspired by the environment that you live in, and that it's beautiful and it feels beautiful to you. That's how you can begin to really attract luxury and abundance in your life. That's all that I have for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that notification button so you can know when a new video is uploaded. And until next time, keep leveraging your growth for greatness. And I'll see you in the next video.